Coming soon to a theater near you.
Yo, this is episode 24 of the Real Ones podcast with your man's Mr. Marion and my man, 150 grand RB. What's going on, my brother?
Ain't nothing much, man. You know, we here, man. You know, taking it one day at a time.
Yeah, man. Episode 24, the Kobe episode. You know, shout out Mike last week. It's Kobe now. Kobe just had a birthday. Y'all was being annoying about it. Y'all was dragging it per usual. Kobe content all over social media.
That's what I love how Kobe gets 3 days in October because there's 8.
Y'all are dragging it. Y'all are dragging it.
8, 24, 24.
When the Team USA was going to win the gold medal, they're like, oh, it's on 8/10/24.
Yeah.
8/10 what he wore in the Olympics in 24. He willed them to the gold. Stop it. These are the best players in the world. They don't need Kobe spirit to will them to do anything. Stop it.
I mean, they barely did it though against France. I mean, barely.
I mean, yeah, but they did it, man. Come on, man. Stop. Y'all are dragging it now. Y'all are dragging it a tad bit. R.I.P. to Kobe and all, but relax.
Hey,
but episode 24, and we have another guest. Shout out to my brother last week. That came on the show. We got another guest, Aloe.
What up?
Shout out to my man Aloe. I know you was on the show before when we talked about the Bob Marley joint, but I feel like, when I went back and listened to the episode, I feel like I didn't really introduce you. I just kind of just threw you in there.
Yeah.
And then you was off camera on some Parks Joe Budden's podcast type shit.
Yeah. I'm like, damn, they don't want to see my pretty mug?
Yeah,
damn.
but now you here. So what's up, man? Introduce yourself. Tell the people who you are, what you about. Go ahead, talk.
My name is Aloe.
Hey.
You might could catch me on @Aloe Adventures on Instagram. You might catch my business partner, Puppet. You know what I'm saying? You might could catch me on my Aloe Outside TV show. Well, internet TV show. But other than that, I'm here, I'm playing Pokemon today. Shout out to my man, Lord Queso. We've been playing together, pause. And I'm just trying to get my Pokemon level up for I could beat them in a battle type shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So excuse me if y'all whoever's watching. You know what I mean?
Well, okay. Now that you're here, I need to ask. Well, I ask all the guests going forward. Give me your top 5 films of all time. Your favorites.
Damn, that's a hard one. That's like favorite kid type shit. This is no particular order.
Okay.
I like Forrest Gump.
Okay, that's valid.
I like, I'm thinking about these movies. I'm like, damn, is this like a white little thing? But anyway.
Who cares? It's something that you like. If you like it, you like it.
I love it. Like, I love Forrest Gump. I like True Romance. That's a top 5 for me. Like, that's like a fucking love story. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's a crazy love story, but
ideally, that's how I would want to fall in love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Wait. Sorry, my bad. Which one?
True Romance.
Oh, that's how you want to follow my.
That's
I
his
thought
love
that's what
story.
you said. But I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, like with 20 keys of coke, selling the coke real quick. Like, let me just get this shit off real quick and get a good life for me and my shorty. Yeah,
Written
love to me.
Written by RB's man, Quentin Tarantino. I mean, you be going to his theater to watch it. You be giving him money.
Look, you show us Dream Girls.
You be supporting the ops. I'm saying.
Nah, that's crazy because they showed True Romance for Valentine's Day this year. I didn't go see Like, it was sold out.
Where was it showing?
At his theater.
Yeah, don't go there.
On Beverly?
Don't go there.
Yeah.
We not going to New Beverly.
Yeah. Now we're not rocking with that. The 35 millimeter.
Nah.
I'm gonna go. I'm probably gonna catch something there.
I was gonna say the
I ain't gonna
35
front.
millimeter joint. Yeah, that's nice. You know what I mean? But I ain't gonna support him. But dog, man. So that was your. What number was that? 3, 4?
He said no particular order.
Oh, no particular order.
So that's
okay.
Forrest Gump, True Romance.
This is a top 2.
I love Titanic. Speaking of love stories, like Titanic is such a like
you be running that back?
No, I haven't watched Titanic in probably like 3 years. But I guess that's a run. Like, that shit is like a 3.5 hour movie type shit. So yeah, but
commitment.
Titanic is cool as fuck. Like, and I like period pieces and shit like that too. So
did you see the 3D re-release when they did that?
Nah, I didn't.
Yeah, it was actually fire.
Yeah,
actually,
nice.
yeah. I'm big on 3D. So
well, James Cameron, he do what it do when it come to that.
Yeah, then he do Avatar and stuff, right?
Yeah. You're not
so that
getting no
makes sense.
cheap 3D situation with him.
Yeah. Like, he makes it for the cameras.
Yeah, there's no money grab with him.
Yeah,
it's for real.
Right, like he really specifically looked through every scene and was like, make sure we get this right.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm trying to think. What else is my like top films? Like, it's two more. I'm just trying to think like what comes to mind. I kind of want to say Higher Learning.
Okay, that's valid.
You know,
Yeah.
Deja, Deja. No, that's out. But the fifth one. Damn, let me just run through the Rolodex real quick. That's like a lot. Like, just like
bro, like 5 movies that you for sure are running back, or whenever it's on TV, you are stopping dead in your tracks to watch.
damn.
Or you are buying physically. Like, yeah, I know you don't buy physical films,
yeah.
but for me, if I'm buying physical, there's a commitment there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? There's a lot of movies that I like, but I don't own them physically.
Yeah.
Because I'll wait till I see them on TV, or I'll catch it on stream. But the ones I buy physically, I'm rocking with those films. You know what I'm saying?
Well, now that you say that, The Warriors, because I actually have a True Romance DVD and The Warriors DVD.
Yeah.
I don't have PlayStation and that other shit, so I don't buy Blu-rays.
Yeah.
But I don't have a Blu-ray player, is what I'm saying. And the last time I really physically owned something was DVDs, DVD era, and yeah, I got The Warriors on DVD and True Romance on DVD.
The Warriors is valid.
And Animaniacs.
Yeah, well, the Warriors just dropped on 4K.
Fire.
Yeah, I gotta.
I might need that just to have it, and actually
Yeah.
True Romance too, and like, you know.
The Warriors are so New York, like New York, like they like them locations, like they're by Broadway Junction a lot.
Yeah.
I watched the movie locations video. They're by Broadway Junction a lot.
It's so crazy because you got to think about how New York that movie is simply because they went to the Bronx from Coney Island.
Yeah.
Even Coney Island, when you're in certain parts of Brooklyn, is far as fuck.
Yeah.
So that's like literally two polar opposites part of the city. Like
You,
all
that
the
means
way
you,
in the
you
X,
gotta touch every hood.
Yes. From the X all the way to Coney Island, you going through every single kind of neighborhood, like from all the way Bronx, Manhattan, down. I don't think you really have to pass Queens or anything like that. But all the way, you got to go all throughout Brooklyn. You got to go all through Bronx and all throughout Manhattan and all throughout Brooklyn type shit.
Yeah.
So that's like a good story because it really captures around that time everything in between type shit.
Yeah.
Like
but
how
the
different
gangs
shit was.
weren't really that heightened back in the 80s, were they? Like the Warriors?
Well, not those gangs. Like
Right,
that
right.
was played up a little bit. Like the
Right.
clown, the guys with the baseball gear and
Yeah,
all that
yeah.
stuff. The Lizzies. Well, the Lizzies it could be a real thing. Is the girls? The girls all mobbing together. The Warriors did look like the gangs that was uptown, like with them biker leather vests and stuff like that. There was gangs like that back in the day. But no, they definitely hyping. What was the other gangs in that film? It was other like
I got to go back and rewatch that movie, to be honest.
You just actually made me just like, yeah, I gotta watch the shit.
Yeah, I love the Warriors. I love the Warriors.
I didn't really like it when I first watched it, but
Really?
yeah, when y'all are the way y'all describing it,
When's the last time you seen it?
I was in college, you know what I mean?
Run it back.
It could be we from New York too, so we get it a little
That-
bit more.
that
Like
too.
I like
See, like how y'all feel about Baby Boy? Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that film is lost on me. I don't connect to that film at all.
I'm fucking weak.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's your y'all
That
can
punk
find out.
ass Jody.
See how y'all feel about Baby Boy? That's how we feel about the Warriors. You know?
Yeah, man, I could understand why you wouldn't really be all the way into it. Like that makes sense, but I don't know. Watch it with a new lens.
I gotta watch it with a new lens, yeah, because I think I probably watched it during a time when I was like very like hypercritical about stuff. You know what I mean? But like I probably didn't take it just for as the fun that it was.
Yeah.
Shout out my boy Steven Alvarez. He was my roommate my freshman year in college, and he was the one who was like, "Yeah, you gotta watch it." But,
he's a
Where
real-
was he from?
He's from LA, Santa Monica.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
He was
yeah.
trying to
Well,
put
it's
you
cool
on.
that it translates and stuff. Because sometimes now I want to, because I haven't watched that shit in a minute. Like since I had the DVD, like I just went to my mom's crib the other day in New York, and I was looking at my old shit, like, oh shit, I got a Warriors DVD, and I just I didn't watch it with an adult lens neither. So let me see, because sometimes we be liking shit and we think like, and then we get older and we watch it like, why was I liking this shit?
Nah, but that film still, because it's not like, there's some films that, yes, when I was younger, I liked it. And then it's just like, like, for example, one of the films we're going to talk about, Alien Resurrection. When that came out, like, 97, I think it came out. When I saw it, I liked it. I was like, and mind you, it was a group of rag'em tag'em people come together to kill the alien. People get clipped off one by one. I thought it was cool. As I got older, It was just like, and I got to see all the Alien films, and then to see that with that context, I'm like, it's too tonally different. It's a terrible movie, actually. If not terrible, it's just very campy compared to the other Alien films. You know what I'm saying? Warriors, I feel like it's campy to a degree, but it's not immature.
Yeah, it came off a little bit like comic booky a little bit,
Yes.
which was cool. Like it's
That's
a
what I
good
think
touch,
it
but
was.
I just can't remember if it was too much. Like
If
with
I'm
my
not
adult
mistaken,
lens.
the director's cut, I think the way the scenes transition in the director's cut is like a comic book. So I think that was the vibe they were going for.
Yeah.
It definitely felt like that. And yeah, I think just it felt even though it's of course it's like of the 80s. It definitely felt like an 80s movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's the only thing. It was just like but I guess I got to rewatch it again.
I think it was like late 70, like
Yeah.
I think the latest
Touching
coming was 80, which is almost the 70.
I mean, we got Google.
I want to say it's like 78, 79, maybe 80.
Yeah, because
79.
79. There you go.
I was about to say,
So
I feel like that
definitely
was
feels
like
at
late
that
70s.
Because that brother had the afro with
Yeah.
the I always thought that shit was fly, by the way.
Yeah.
With the little feather, the Indian feather. I always say, yo, if I had an afro, I would definitely be
Like
walking
it's
around
a
with
good,
that joint.
like it looks aesthetically pleasing to
Yeah.
people, and like it's fun and all that stuff too. But
They were supposed to remake. They was gonna do a remake a few years ago. They was gonna do
I hope not. I'm tired of the remake shit. It just don't be hitting for me.
Yeah, I was actually just having this conversation the other day. Remakes, because I don't know if you heard, they're remaking La Bamba.
Oh right, yeah.
It's a biopic.
Right.
Why
Are
you
you
Patrice
calling it a
Lumumba?
remake,
No,
right?
no. La Bamba, Richie Valens.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, why you? That's like, oh, Malcolm X, we're gonna remake it. Why would you remake a biopic? Like, what is the point? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And yeah, they want to remake La Bamba, and I was having this conversation about remakes with somebody. I think I was talking about the godforsaken House Party remake with somebody.
LOZ.
And it's just like, yeah, I get it. The 90s is now like 30 years ago.
OD.
But I feel like
35 kind of sort of.
Yeah, but I feel like there's so many older films that we could flip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when I talk about old, I'm talking about like 20s, 30s.
30s, 40s, 50s.
Yeah, films that the premise is like, oh, okay, I see how they can just update this and flip it. You know what I'm saying? Look at Scarface.
Right.
Look at how they
That's
flipped
from
that.
1930s.
Yeah.
Even A Star Is Born, that's been remade 4 different times.
Oh yeah.
But that's a good example of like something that it's adapting to a different era. It's adapting to a new era. I hate when they remake something that just came out.
Yeah.
Like I know, for me, one of my favorite action movies is The Raid. You know what I mean? Came out 2013 or 14, and they're doing an American remake of it like already. Like what? That just came out 10 years ago.
What about Speak No Evil? The film. I see that trailer. Jesus Christ. What studio did that film?
I want to say Lionsgate.
Because they are putting a ton of money. I see that trailer every time I go to the movies. And I want to say the original film came out a year or two before this new American remake. You know what I'm saying? It's like, let shit breathe for a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, let shit breathe, or let them have their own stories.
Right.
Let's make our own. You know what I mean?
Right.
But especially like, I think the Warriors now. I think it could be done.
I'm not saying it can't, but with everything across the board being remade, even like certain shows and like sitcoms and stuff they remaking and stuff, like that shit is just so whack to me.
Yeah.
Like just the whole idea of it is like nobody got no new fucking ideas. There's mad shit going. I feel like the most recent like innovative the most innovative shows that came out recently. I know we talking about movies and shit, but shows like Insecure, Atlanta, and Vince Staples show. That's like what sticks out to me. That's
I don't know about that one.
nah, come on. Like, I like how
I
he
ain't
crosses
see it yet,
in
so I
between.
can't
Like, it's cool. It's cool. It's its own thing. It's just
it's good.
it's moving.
What's
forward.
your issue with it?
It's good.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hate because my boy's sister, Andre, my boy Andre.
Yeah.
He's his sister's actually in it. So shout out to the Vince Staples show.
But listen, all art is to be critiqued.
Yeah.
So what's your issue with it?
Hey, Andre, I'm saying it because I know Andre listens to the pod. Andre, I love you, man. I love your sister. She was good in it. It was just a little. It did feel like an Atlanta ripoff a little bit.
No,
you know
not
what
at
I
all.
mean?
Not to me.
Yeah, not to you. Nah,
I just feel like Insecure is Issa Rae and her story about Inglewood growing up, like her influence of where she from. Atlanta is Charles Gambino with his influence growing up in Atlanta. Vince Staples show his experience growing up in
Long Beach.
Yeah. So I feel like it's
But
very
that sounds like the
unique
same
thing.
formula though.
Nah,
You just described the same formula in 3 different locations.
I don't think those are those are formulas, but they don't come up as formulas to me. They just come up as their stories, their personal stories. That's why I feel like it's like not like anything else. Like everything else is just being remade or offset. I feel like those things are its own thing.
Yeah,
That's how I feel about those.
Yeah.
Everything else is we feeling like a rendition of something else.
Yeah. Nah,
When it comes to remaking and shit like that, that's on like even like newer things. You feel like it's somewhat of a remake of something. But real quick too, before we already off the topic, but I'm throwing Malcolm X in my top 5. I got that DVD also. Malcolm X is in the top 5.
That's my number 1.
Yeah,
That's my number 1.
Yeah,
everything else come after that.
Like I can say the same thing too, and everything is no particular order. But that's that. I just had to say Malcolm X. Like I was like, word. Like
so give me a definitive top 5.
All right, cool. We're gonna do Malcolm X, True Romance, Forrest Gump,
Higher
Learning, and I'm just trying to think.
And the Warriors, no?
Yes. No. I was the other thing I said too. That is hard.
You only got 1 spot.
Damn.
I
What was the one I said prior? I'm gonna go with the Warriors.
Okay.
We're gonna keep it black with the Warriors, but the other joint, I think I said Titanic.
I mean, it ain't
Titanic,
really
Titanic.
and
Like,
Titanic.
but
listen,
We can go with the Warriors.
Let's get Titanic out of here.
Titanic is beautiful though. It's like draw me. Jack, I'm flying.
Dog. Titanic. I only seen
So many quotables.
I only seen Titanic once.
Oh, no.
Actually, no, I'm lying. I seen it a lot of times, but I think I only paid attention to it once because my babysitter back in the day, she had the bootleg pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So when pay-per-view certain channels, it'll show the movie on loop.
Yeah.
And Puerto Ricans love Titanic.
I'm fucking weird.
Yo, Puerto Ricans in the Bronx love Titanic. And I remember, it was constantly on, and I just remember looking forward to when the ship was going down.
Yeah.
See, it's funny. That's why that movie I feel like has so much universal appeal, because the first half is like the girls.
Yeah. How he finessed his way onto the boat, how he had sold some shit. I'm like, yo,
it's smooth. It's like it's smooth in the beginning, and then it gets to like some action.
Yeah. Then
like,
the water is just thing, and it's just so crazy because the boat is sinking and shit, and then the water is this big enemy, but the water just fucking exists.
Right.
That's the craziest part. The water is just existing. It's fucking up everything, but water just exists.
Didn't they say black people wasn't allowed to get on the ship?
Yeah. That's how they played that. Yeah.
No niggas on the boat.
Hey, look, I'm glad we didn't get on that.
Yeah, word,
right? We don't need another mass fatality of black deaths.
Right, especially on the boats. Yeah, no, don't put me on no boat, especially at that time. But nah, man. But I will say too, Titanic. Shout out to the producer John Landau, who was the producer of the Avatar movies as well.
Pass?
He just passed away. But passed away in July. I did get to interview him for Geeks of Color.
Oh, wow.
Which was amazing. And he actually let me hold his Oscar for Titanic, because Titanic won Best Picture.
That shit was heavy. Pause.
Yeah, super. Yeah, that Oscar was like
damn
crazy.
What, did you come with me to Universal? I mean, not Universal. Warner Brothers, when you get to hold the Oscar.
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think you took a picture with it.
That just kind of it's
we couldn't see the WB Tower that day because they were filming some shit or whatever, and I was like, "Where the Animaniacs at? What the fuck?" So I came to. That's what I really came to see.
That's right. That is right. But yo, last episode we had kind of said that we wanted to see some movies. You know what I'm saying? Right. I know I said I wanted to see. We had a night out, we rang on my birthday going to see Alien Romulus.
That's right. That's right.
I know I enjoyed the film. How did you feel about it?
I enjoyed it too, man. I enjoyed it a lot, man. I had fun with it. I like the Alien movies. Really, the original trilogy. I even like the David Fincher one, Alien 3. To some extent. Yeah.
Now that's another movie I gotta go back and watch, because I remember I watched when the night Alien Resurrection came out, Cinemax had a marathon of the first 3 movies. So I remember that's when I first, I watched those movies, and the third one was always boring. Was just boring.
That's what it really is, and I think
it dragged, man.
Yeah.
And then also, I did not like, spoiler, but whatever. The movie's mad old now. I did not like the fact that the little girl and Hicks was killed off in the beginning of the 3.
Right.
Remember they left the ship with Ripley
aliens,
and aliens, and then they killed off the little girl. I did not like that at all. I remember that annoying me. So the movie started off on a bad foot with me. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I think it really was like as an isolated movie, it really isn't interesting because it's David Fincher's first movie.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
Yeah, and it's literally his first movie, and the studio ripped it out of his hands, and you could kind of see. For me, I like it because you can see the little David Fincher isms in there. Like you can see his style kind of creeping in there. And yeah, like the studio didn't make a lot of cuts, so it's like to me, my complaint is that it's kind of jumpy and kind of like a lot of jumps.
But I heard that they don't call it director's cut; they call it the assembly cut. Yeah, I heard that one is pretty good.
Pretty good. I've actually never watched that one, so I gotta peep that. But yeah, actually, I like the first three. I really like Prometheus. Although a lot of people don't like Prometheus. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's another one, man. You know. Here's the thing: with certain films, I just feel like, or stories in general, the less you know, the better. You know, like I'm sorry, Michael Myers. Do I need this? Origin story about why? No, he's fucking crazy.
Right.
He's just out here wilding. Like this is what I loved about the new trilogy is they got rid of that whole Laurie Strode being his sister backstory, and he's just a weirdo that's following people. Like that's scary.
Yes,
that's very scary. The less you know, the better. And I feel like with Prometheus, they was just doing too much to explain. Just explain the story. Just and then it was boring to me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It was just drawn out, boring, and I couldn't connect to it, man.
Yeah. I feel that. I like the philosophical aspect of it.
Yeah.
I love Michael Fassbender. And another movie I saw in 3D. I love the 3D in it. Alien Covenant. Didn't really like that one though.
That was forgettable.
Yeah, that's forgettable.
Literally the only thing I remember about Alien Covenant is that I was at Alamo Draft House in Brooklyn, and I got a very good burger.
I'm weak. I'm fucking weak.
That's the only thing I remember. That's the only thing I remember about Alien Covenant. Like it was like in one ear out the other type deal.
LOL.
You know what I'm saying? Like I really don't remember much about it. It didn't do much for me. This film though, Romulus, it definitely went back to the tone of the original trilogy. That's what I like most, and I think it takes place between Alien and Aliens, right?
Yeah. So
it went back to the tone of that. I think there's a lot of practical effects being used in it. RB was enjoying it. He was in theater loud as hell.
I was, bro.
Yeah, it's like, oh damn, I was sitting there. I was like, oh, RB is enjoying this.
If it's a good scare or if it's some good, I'm there for it. You know what I mean? It's funny because we also saw Saw together. Was I reacting like that to Saw or?
I don't remember. You know what? Saw, I think everybody was reacting, man.
Yeah.
There was some shit in that movie, man. It's just like, oh. Like, what was the scene? Yo, what was the scene when you had to step out for a phone call?
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember the scene. I know I mentioned it on another episode. I cannot remember the scene.
I can't remember what's happening, but I came in. It was just the most disgusting.
Ratchet.
I swear, I can't remember the scene. I just remember everybody's face being like, horrified. The lady directly in front of you was like smiling, cheesing, and then you were just like,
I know I was feeling the way though. I might have not been showing it, but I was definitely feeling the way. That jump was crazy, but this Romulus joint, man, it really took it back to the essence, man. It really felt like it belonged for me. The Alien trilogy is Alien. Alien Romulus and Aliens.
Aliens, that's the only three.
That's it. I gotta check Alien 3. I do. Like I said, Resurrection, it was just so tonally different.
Was she like hooping? Was that the one she
Yes.
Yeah.
The hell are you?
And she was like her DNA was spliced in with the xenomorphs and all that stuff. She's hooping.
Yeah.
It's a very campy film. It's so funny because the filmmaker is a French filmmaker. He ended up making Amelie.
Yes.
After that. That's more of his bag. You know what I'm saying?
The more
Alien
comedic, like
it was
movie.
yeah. And I was running back. I was watching a breakdown of the Alien quadrilogy. and Joss Whedon wrote Resurrection.
Yep,
and it makes so much sense why the dialogue was the way it was. Everything was quippy. Everything was funny. It was very much like that MCU kind of tone. But in the Alien film, and like if you watch the Alien films, it's like, nah, that's not really the vibe they be going for. You know what I'm saying? So this one, I like the fact that it returned to that, man. I know I know we was laughing at the brother, the android
robot.
brother. Yeah. He looked like a well-behaved Damson Idris. Like he just had a very calm Damson Idris look to him. I really did enjoy that one. I really did enjoy it.
It was fun, man. It was fun. I like the cinematography of it. I love Fede Alvarez as a filmmaker.
Yeah, he did Evil Dead, right?
Yeah, Evil Dead. He did Don't Breathe.
He Don't Breathe. I feel like everything he touches is valid, man.
Right. And it definitely also plays into the same formula that I feel like Evil Dead and Don't Breathe plays into, like the young group of like criminals, morally ambiguous criminals trying to do something and end up suffering the consequences for it.
Yeah, definitely Don't Breathe. Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right.
So yeah, it definitely has that feel. And it was, I mean, to me, it's an efficient, very succinct horror movie, sci-fi film with like enough twists to kind of keep you on the move. Even there was like an ending that I thought was happening, and then like the film kind of extended for another 10 minutes. And normally when that happens, I'll be kind of pissed. Yeah. But in this case, I was like, yo, wait, hold up.
Yeah,
took this to a place I didn't expect.
Yeah, it had me locked in. I was really locked in. I was enjoying it. Like I was like, oh, okay. Well, that might have to be a physical purchase, man.
That might be physical.
It might have to be. That joint was good. I'm gonna run it back one more time. I'm gonna wait for it to hit. The illegal channels. You know.
Yeah,
it's gonna be on
saw
Disney
it in Chinese theater, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
how was that experience?
Of course, man. Chinese is valid. It's always valid, man. Chinese reminds me of the Ziegfeld Theater in New York. It really does. You know what I'm saying? And plus, seeing a movie at the old school movie theater is always a plus. You get that charm. You get that. I don't know how to describe it. It's like that feeling is just that energy is bouncing off the walls. You know what I'm saying? It don't feel like a multiplex, especially AMC. Which AMC first of all, let me get this out the way. This is no disrespect to AMC. What I'm about to say is I rock with y'all. I rock with AMC. I'm an A-list member. You're an A-list member too, right? Yo, man, AMC, like we go to the movies a lot. We put in money, man. Hook a brother up.
Right.
Hook a brother up. You know what I'm saying?
I need that money.
Yeah, come on now.
Yeah, like stop being stingy.
Yeah, come on, son. Rock with us, man. We could use just imagine we could start the show. Real ones presented by AMC.
Right.
Yeah, Negroes coming to your theater all the time. Come on. show some love.
All right, we could really show up, man. Because, hey, listen, I ain't going to lie. Because I've been at AMC. I've been at a few different theaters, actually, recently. Alien Romulus, I saw that. Which, by the way, also, let me just say one thing. I'm going to go back to what I was going to say before. Alien Romulus, though, before we leave that subject, there are critics who would say that this film does rely on a little bit of nostalgia, on maybe a lot of bit of nostalgia. Kind of playing the typical Disney safe formula of like, oh, we don't throw back to the original films. We're gonna have some quote, like from the OG movie and do that. You know what I mean? Like,
listen, it's definitely a cheap formula. It's definitely it's cheating. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna get us to react every time. You're like, oh my god, he said that. Oh. Yeah. Like you remember there's one part where he's like, don't tell. But he said something, bitch. Like don't touch her, bitch.
From Aliens.
From Aliens.
Yeah, right.
And that got a rise out of the audience,
right.
and that's okay. I mean, listen, as long as the movie is good, that's fine. Now, Rise of the Skywalker, when you're trying to cheat and you're just overstuffing the film with. Yo, hey, remember this? Hey, look, this person's here. Hey, look.
I'm still mad that Palpatine came back.
Yeah, son, I talk about that every time. That
he fell like 1 billion feet into space.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like how?
And then told you that you got to play the Fortnite. Yo, play the Fortnite game. He'll tell you.
Suck my dick. I did. I can't believe they said play. Get the fuck. Yo, disrespectful.
Exactly. See, when you do that, that's whack. You know what I'm saying? But this one, and look, my brother never saw the Alien film. So he was kind of like, oh, like, because, you know, me, of course, when I see him, like, oh, that's so-and-so. And then afterwards, he was asking me questions. I think he ended up checking out Aliens afterwards. Because I told him, I was like, yo, Alien is a bit of a slow burn.
Alien is slow.
It's a slow burn.
Yeah, Aliens is
Whereas Aliens gets to the shits immediately. They establish people. All right, this is person. All right, now we getting to the shits. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, I think, you know, as long as it's done in a way that, you know, you get little doses of it, and it kind of gets people wanting to check out the previous films to understand the reference. You know what I'm saying? And then also, it's just, I don't know. I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I have a problem with it sometimes. I didn't have a problem with it with this movie because the Alien franchise, you know, I didn't like Alien Covenant, and I like Prometheus, but I'll acknowledge, like, the Alien fan base is dispersed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
After Prometheus and Alien Covenant, there's not the only real, like, people who like real Alien fans are like people who are like super into sci-fi. Basically, it's not a mainstream thing.
Yeah.
So then this was like Disney kind of being like, let's polish this up. Let's take out all the deep stuff. Let's make it like very just a straightforward horror sci-fi.
And listen, that's fine.
Right.
That's fine. I don't have a problem with that.
Right. Bring back a legacy character. Bring back, you know, again, some quotes that we all like, and then, you know, people are gonna get to and. You know, they did that with Deadpool and Wolverine, which I hated. Oh. But I think I have a much more stronger attachment maybe to like Marvel than I do to Alien. So that's why I care a lot more about the Deadpool situation. Yeah. But, you know, that's that.
But, you know, but getting back to what we said about Chinese theater, you know, unlike AMC where it's like, hey, you want to see this movie? Go to room 20. You got to go to room 8. AMC, you know, the Chinese theater and RIP to the ArcLight theater, man. That was my...
Wait, I thought they were bringing it back.
No, well, they're going to open back up the Cinerama Dome. They're going to open that back up. But the ArcLight theater, because that was a chain. They had the joint in Sherman Oaks. That's the one I used to go to most of the time. The one in Sherman Oaks.
Yeah, it's not even open no more. It's a Regal now. Yeah.
And I don't even think that's there anymore.
Oh, really? Ooh.
Because I know Regal started to cut back their locations. I think that was one of them.
Yeah. Well, that's crazy, too, because I was going to say, like, I've been on, you know, I normally would go to AMC for everything, but this past week I've been on a little escapade, like, going out. Yeah, because I also saw... I saw the TV Glow, the movie with
Ep24.
Ep24, yeah.
Justice Winslow's in it.
Justice Smith, yeah.
Justice Smith. Yeah. Who was Justice Winslow? Oh, that's a player. That's an athlete. Yeah. Excuse me. Justice Smith. I don't know the brother. Anything he's in does not hit for me.
I'm weak.
Except for season 1 of the Get Down.
Season 1 of Get Down.
I'm weak.
Jurassic World, his character was so whiny and I hated his character in that. Then we talked about that Magical Negroes movie. Yeah, that was not it. I don't know. I feel like the characters he played just be a certain type, and it just don't. Oh, he was in Pikachu.
Detective Pikachu.
He was in that. That was good.
You watch that movie?
Cool. Yeah.
I don't like real Pokemon. Like when it's like real life.
So you don't like the live action? The fact that
yes, I don't like the live action. Yes, I like the cartoon. Like I was telling a friend about that. He's like, "Yo, what if Pokemon real? Like them shits look disgusting. Chill. Like it's a cartoon. They kill. It's cool. Like live action. Like too much.
Yeah. Nah, I like Detective Pikachu. That was good.
So I don't like Ryan Reynolds. So
I'm weak.
You know, I didn't like Ryan Reynolds for a long time, but Deadpool, ironic, that actually made me warm up.
But why? Why not? Why you like Ryan?
I don't think he's funny. You know?
Really?
I mean?
You know, it's that sarcastic white guy humor.
Yeah.
It's like we all know a white guy that's
just like that.
And then we definitely worked somewhere. Was a bunch of them like that. There was a bunch of them like that, and like Jonah Hill. Aesthetically,
that's hilarious.
That one producer on that one show we worked on, that motherfucker looked like Jonah Hill. It was annoying. No, because there's nothing worse than somebody that don't know how to do anything. They just got a job because of, I don't know, nepotism or whatever, and they want to stand over you while you're doing your job. I'm working on this one show. It's a card ripping show.
LOL.
Now, because of my expertise in retail, you know what I'm talking about. You know, because of my expertise in retail, I know how to do shipping and handling.
Yeah.
So for that show, for the first show, they used to let me do my thing, and I used to get them orders out all the time. No issue. Mm-hmm. You know, shout out to my guy Rogowski. Scott Rogowski. Shout out to my guy Scott Rogowski. That's my man, 150 grand. But then the other show I worked on,
LOL.
with this famous jeweler guy.
I'm fucking weak.
Yeah.
You be going around saying the N-word too.
Yeah.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah. Maybe when we get Patreon, when we get enough clout to have a Patreon, we can name names. But this show, yeah, they put me in charge of doing that again, and this Jonah Hill looking motherfucker used to stand over my shoulder and just be like, no, why don't you do this? I'm like, fam. I know what I'm doing. Like, if anything, you're making this more confusing than it has to be. Like,
Yeah.
Like, dog, like, you don't do this. I know you don't do this. I do this.
Yeah.
And I had to tell him that very politely one day. And he was like, oh, okay, I'm just saying, I'm like, yeah.
He was like,
Yeah. Shh, be quiet.
Chill.
Quiet.
I does this.
Yeah. And then that one time, we was at the producer's table. I can't remember exactly what it was, but he kept coming to us. Like, he kept trying to tell us certain things. I can't remember. Do you remember?
I
can't remember. We ended up talking shit. Like, when he left the table, I was like, this motherfucker's annoying. Like, I'm about to say something. He's fucking annoying. Do you know?
And then, and that's so funny too, because in a workplace full of people like that, and he was like relatively one of the most calm, like not calm, but like
I know what you mean.
Least over. But now that you mention that, you're right. Now that you are bringing those back, I totally forgot about those days. Yeah. That's funny. You bring back some stuff.
That was the end of the road for us. We saw the writing on the wall with that show specifically. I was like, yeah, I ain't gonna be here that long. I ain't gonna be with this company that long. I just know it. You know what I'm saying?
That was funny, man. Oh my god.
But that TV Glow joint, what? Again, when I saw that Justice Boy's face, I lost all interest in anything that film was going to be. What was that film about?
It's very hard to describe, and to be honest, if I describe too much of it, it starts to get into spoiler territory.
Got you.
But it's basically about like the small town guy and this girl. They watching TV. It's almost like a reimagined like poltergeist like situation.
Okay.
But kind of going a little bit trippier and more like surreal into it. It's interesting. It's very art house. The first time I saw it, I was at the Atlanta Film Festival. So, when you're at festivals, you're kind of having fun. You might be sipping something, and you don't really be in the headspace to. For me, maybe it was just me. I wasn't in the headspace to watch something that artsy-fartsy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I kind of walked away with it not the most pleased. Thought it was a little pretentious. The second time I watched it though this past week, because it literally is only showing in like one theater, the Lemire Music Hall in like Beverly Hills or something like that.
Okay.
I did get a much more appreciation for it. You know what I mean? It does get into a lot more like surreal like elements that I really
When did this movie come out?
It came out earlier this year, like April or something this year.
Yeah, I feel like it came out a while ago.
And it's about to come on HBO Max in September. Okay. Yeah, it's a very good movie. I definitely recommend it. It just, don't think it's gonna be some like it's not like a very easy horror movie. Right?
Gotcha.
I don't even know if it's even like quantifiably scary. It's just more trippy kind of thing. You know what I mean? And you kind of have to really be following it. But I'm only gonna say that it's decent. So yeah, I saw that, and then I'm about to see Twisters in 4DX at Regal.
Oh, you ready for that? You about to get shut down? You about to get wet?
Yeah,
pause.
yeah. Oh yeah.
You about to throw water on you? It's too much. That's too intense. I mean, not for nothing for the experience. Just to say that I did 4DX, I would probably go. But see that water stuff.
Wait, what's the 4DX? I'm not.
Well, it's Regal, right?
Yes, yeah. Regal,
so it's like certain movies. If you go see in 4DX, like the chair is moving. Like for example, Fast and Furious 4DX. In big chase scenes, you are in that. They're like rocking you side to side, forward, backwards. You know what I'm saying? You might get some smoke. You know what I'm saying? So for Twisters, wind,
wind's gonna be crazy, water's gonna be crazy,
water, all sorts of stuff.
You ever seen a movie in 4DX?
Yeah, I saw a bunch of movies in 4DX. It's funny because there's a period in time I was working for like this internship, so then we did a video of 4DX, and then 4DX gave me like they gave me like 4 passes to like see 4 4DX movies or whatever.
So you still got them passes?
No.
Aloe.
So what happened was I was so broke during this time in college that was the only way I saw movies for like a month type thing. So there's like a whole month where I saw Beauty and the Beast in 4DX, the live action one.
Interesting.
Logan in 4DX.
Oh, that must be fun.
Guardians 3 or Guardians 2 in 4DX.
Okay.
Yeah. To be honest, I didn't like them. I didn't like it at all. Especially Logan. Logan was very weird because even in scenes, even like quiet scenes when like people were like just in the truck, like when they're just driving in the truck, like you literally just feel the seat being like you're in the truck.
So
it's very immersive, but it did take me out of
all right.
it.
That's very unnecessary.
Right.
It's a driving scene.
Just normal people just talking.
Like what? Like
that's really what I was gonna ask you. Like, does it make a difference? Is it really immersive? Does it really put you there, or is it just like you feel the gimmicky shit with
I mean, you feel the gimmick, but if you're into it, like for Beauty and the Beast, it definitely added because when the candles were dancing,
wait, the cartoon, like
the remake,
the live action,
who was Beauty again?
Oh, what's her name? Emma Watson.
Yeah.
They should have got somebody else.
Yeah,
her doll was ugly.
Oh, wait.
So the Belle doll, I was like,
Emma Watson that's Hermione, right?
Hermione, yeah.
They did, her doll was whack.
Yeah.
When we was at the Grove that time, we saw her in that. Was it Tiffany's or Prada campaign? When I was like, who's that? Emma, I was like, that's Hermione in Prada.
Yeah.
And he was like, ugh.
Yeah.
Why would they use her?
Yeah. She don't do it for me, man. She don't do it for me.
Yeah, she ain't. She ain't that. She's definitely that Eurocentric kind of.
Yeah, because the one thing is, I ain't trying to, but Belle was so pretty. The animation, version, it was so pretty. So like, they just got a regular joint to play Belle, in my opinion. Like, it's like nothing about her stands out facially.
I just feel like all the go back to the whole Pokemon shit, just the whole live action shit. That shit just be whack to me.
Whack.
Like
Lion King live action was whack.
Son,
like
I didn't even peep. I don't want to talk about it because I ain't see, but I peeped the preview. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, we love the Lion King because of the animation.
The thing is with these animals, when you're doing it as hyper realistic as that, you're not getting emotion out of their faces. And it don't help when Beyonce's delivering the lines the way she delivered them.
Like so cold, like from the couch,
Simba, where are we going? It's just like, all
Simba,
right.
let's go to the graveyard.
Yeah, like, it's just the you're not getting that. Like, I had a discussion with somebody about Lion King. It was like, no, it was mad good. I'm just like, I don't know how. Like, I feel like with stuff like that, I got to be able to see the emotion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's one thing that, again, I know Barry Jenkins, like, he's a very artistic, emotional director. So I'm hoping he's able to communicate that. I
want to say, if Disney is paying attention to the people, they heard something, because I feel like that was a common complaint. You know what I'm saying? So and then, like you said, Barry Jenkins, he's good at evoking emotion and stuff like that. Hopefully, I do want to see it. First of all, it's Barry Jenkins. I'm going to support the brother. I always support Barry Jenkins, and I do want to see it to see if they improved on that.
See what?
The sequel.
Oh, I thought Mufasa was animated.
No.
Technically, the first Lion King is animated. Technically speaking, you know what I mean.
Oh well, yeah.
From a very technical perspective, all computer made.
Yeah,
I get that.
Technically, Mufasa is an animated movie.
Oh
but
no,
it's live action.
I might just have to pass then. I
I
might just have to and I love the Lion King. Like, that's one of my mom's is like mad Caribbean, and like, I'm not gonna say holistically Caribbean people don't go to the movies and shit, but that's one of the first and only movies my mom took us to see, like the Lion King. So that shit hold a place, and then like it was the fucking Lion King. Like, I just remember the cultural era around that time. It was the fucking Lion King. McDonald's had toys, all that shit. So I love the Lion King.
That was a moment. That was a moment.
94.
Yeah,
94.
I went to the movies to see that on not a school trip. It was like a day camp that I was. It was my church. Well, not my church, but there was a church on the corner where we lived at, and it was like a day camp. And my mom used to drop me off there, and like they would watch us during the day, do activities and stuff. We went to the Concourse Multiplex in the Bronx, right by Yankee Stadium. We went there to see Lion King. And I liked it so much that my mom bought me the bootleg VHS. I had that at the crib, and I remember when the movie ended on the bootleg, they was going up. You just like
really?
I'm fucking weak.
Like, it sounded like it was at a sport. Like, it was at it was. But the movie just ends a circle.
Yeah.
You just see the title.
It's so abrupt, right? The Lion King. Like,
Yeah.
I had seen the Lion King like
cool.
early this year because I was working on the set for it, the Hollywood Bowl one. And
When
then,
Northwest was singing.
Yeah. So I caught like the ending of it because I stepped out from where I was at and then like just caught a little bit of it, and I just remembered like how abrupt that ending was. Like, they all singing and just the shit going to
And
the
there's a lot
again.
happening.
Mad shit, and then it just the screen blanks out like the Lion King.
Yeah.
And it's a perfect hour 20 minutes too.
Yes,
it's not too long, so it just feels like the right ending. Yeah.
The Lion King is fire, and like I don't know the numbers behind the sequels and stuff because they had the Lion King 2. I think the Lion
The
King
Lion
1.5.
Lion King 2 was straight to video.
Yeah.
Same with
Lion King
1.5 too, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just like I'm saying all that just to say like, damn, they could have threw Mufasa in the cartoon animation. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
But they made a lot of money with the last film. So
1.6 billion worldwide.
What?
So,
yes.
Yeah, the
I
live
didn't even know
action
that.
joint, And I ain't gonna lie. Like, I didn't like the movie. My co-host and Jess, we didn't like the movie either. You know, in first cut, but. That was the one time, shout out Disney, because they just straight up invited First Cut, not through Geeks of Color, not through anything. Just First Cut to show up as like influencers, I guess.
Hey, Disney.
Yeah.
We like Barry Jenkins. We will be there. Come on, Disney. Holla at a brother. We will be there. Real ones, we will be there.
We will show. Because it wasn't even...
I might even tweak the review a little bit just because you did that.
Right, just because of that, right? Yeah, they might be... Hey,
not the payola.
Hey, look. Because it wasn't even... it wasn't the premiere, but they had... It was like a big fan/influencer screening, and then they had... like a big after party afterwards with like not John Williams, Hans Zimmer, like Seth Rogen, like Mad Cast, Jon Favreau, like
I forget they were in that.
Yeah.
They were probably the best thing in that film.
Yeah, right. So yeah, it was that was cool, man. So hey, Mufasa, they do that again. Let a brother know December. You know,
let us know. We down. We'll come through.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
But yeah, otherwise though, I was saying about Beauty and the Beast though. Yeah, in 40X it was weird because when they was dancing, the teacups were spinning. The chair would kind of do a little circular thing. It was weird.
I know they wasn't spinning your ass.
They didn't do a full 360, but
I'll be so tired walking out there, see RB doing a 360.
Like he had a Dominican party.
Stop it, fam. Stop.
Yeah, them live action joints. But nah, man. But you know, we're gonna support Barry Jenkins. We supporting another black director.
Yes.
This weekend with Blink Twice.
Oh yes, came out. Blink Twice. You know, we talked about it briefly in the last episode. Blink Twice. I definitely, again, shout out to AMC. I was bored that night, and I was like, yo, I'm going to the movies, and I went to check that out. RB, tell them what Blink Twice is about, please.
LOL.
Yeah, Blink Twice basically follows Naomi Aki. That's her. How you pronounce her name?
Which, yo, I'm watching the movie. And I'm like, this sister looks familiar. And then, you know, and the gap in the teeth was throwing me off. That was throwing me off. But then she had made some facial gestures. I was like, is that Whitney Houston?
Right.
You remember it? And I Want to Dance with Somebody. She was Whitney Houston. But I Googled it mid-film. I was like, oh, shit, that is her.
Yeah. But yeah, no, basically Whitney Houston and her friend, they somehow get invited to this island owned by Slater King, who's played by Channing Tatum. On this island, there's also other friends of Channing Tatum's, who's one of the other guys playing his friends is Christian Slater.
Let me say something about that real quick. I was very surprised to see the supporting players.
Right.
You got Christian Slater. You got Gina Davis.
Yeah. That's
Kyle MacLachlan. And then my son Haley Joel Osteen.
Haley Joel Osteen.
Which is Haley, you know, what's his Haley Joel was Haley Osment?
Haley Joel Osment?
Yeah.
He's like fat now, right? Or like stocky?
Listen, I didn't say that, y'all.
Oh, is that shaming? I really like that.
Which was just so funny. You know, we're in a new time. The film starts with a trigger warning. I was just like, this Gen Z ass movie, get this shit. I seen that trigger warning. I was like, oh my God. But not for nothing.
There's some...
When the shits get to the shits, I see why there was a trigger warning. I was like, oh, okay. But, you know, going back.
I see.
Yeah.
To be fair, there's so many movies in the 70s where they would not.
Oh, yeah.
It's like almost every 70s movie stuff.
No,
like,
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But you know, when I seen them, I was surprised. I was like, oh shoot, because you know, if this was in the 90s, this movie would have been a big budget movie. But luckily for Zoe Kravitz, all of them are like in their Celtic Shack era in their career, where it's just like they're on the way out or they clipped already, so you get them for a discount. You know what I'm saying? You could get, you know, Haley Joel. You know what I mean? You could probably get him for like a cheeseburger now. You know what I'm saying?
I'm fucking weak.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I see that people.
You
No,
know?
like we're a long way from that.
You know what I'm saying? Christian Slater, you could probably get on scale now.
I'm weird.
You know,
he was in Mr. Robot. Shout out Mr. Robot, one of my favorite
he was?
shows. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I didn't watch. That's USA, right?
USA, yeah.
I watched Mr.
Remy
Robot.
Malek. Shout out Remy Malek.
Shout out to Remy. I rock with him. But yeah, they go to the island.
They go to the island, yeah, and then it's all fun, it's all candy, it's all sweet until they start learning there's some deeper, hidden things going on there that they might not be fully aware of. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a very interesting movie. It's like a containment thriller, very reminiscent of like a lot of things we've seen, like Get Out or Stepford Wives, or or anything that's like kind of getting into that aspect of control, and particularly about controlling women in like an isolated environment. I love Channing Tatum's performance.
Yeah, he was good.
He was good. He was really good.
He was good.
There are some people online that say it's like kind of like Get Out for women.
Yes, that's another thing I kind of came out of it because what surprised me, it had comedic elements in it.
Yeah,
I feel like every time the film was about to get real, it got funny for a little bit, and I was just kind of like, because the trailer sells it as this hardcore thriller, like what I'm saying, and I feel like it was just there was moments in it was just like, oh, this is kind of funny, but is it supposed to be funny? Like, you know what I mean? But it's definitely heavy on the message. Heavy on the message. I did not like the lead, not her performance, but her character.
Yeah,
she was just so clumsy, fumbly, bumbly. It was just like, and just the thought of a woman just going on this island with this guy that she didn't know well.
So it's safe to say he flew her out?
Yeah, it's definitely flew out the movie.
But it's also kind of worse than like the way we would think about flying out.
Yeah.
Because like they truly just meet at like, well, we think they meet at like a completely random kind of situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
and,
yeah, but this is what I'm saying.
Right,
Like this joints, let's think about the IG honeys today.
LOL.
When they get around these people with money. They are dropping that. They leaving their kid with the grandmother, and they out. They in Tahiti, they in Tulum or some shit like that. It's for the gram. That's what I said in the last episode. This is a cautionary tale for some shit like
cautionary
that.
tale.
Yeah, no, because
flew out.
Yeah, flew out the movie.
Did he flew you out, girl?
Yeah.
Fuck his broke ass. No,
yeah. No, but it's just like, and then it's like, again, this film just came out, so I'm not gonna go too deep into it because this is another film that if you talk more about it, you could spoil some elements of it. But the film starts with him apologizing for something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then she's watching his apology, looking at the article saying, he's trying to come back and kind of reshape his image, and then you meet him and then you just fly out with him somewhere.
Right.
You would you call it? I'm fucking weak. Did you enjoy the movie?
I did. I didn't like the ending.
Oh.
I did not like the ending.
This is another movie that kind of had two endings, and there was an ending where it could have just ended, and maybe it would have been cool, and then it definitely adds another scene that was like, whoa, it completely changes the meaning of this whole movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't like the ending, but I also understand the message and the power and vengeance.
Yeah.
I get it, but I don't know about that ending. The ending kind of lost me, but it was pretty good. It was pretty good. It was all right. It was pretty good.
It's funny because a movie like this definitely makes me appreciate a movie, which I like this movie a lot. I like Blink Twice a lot. And it also makes me appreciate another good movie a lot more. What was the one with Emerald Fennell that she directed that won all the Oscars like a couple years ago? Promising Young Woman, or was that it?
That sounds familiar.
She was like, the one homegirl was like, supposedly torturing all these dudes like who were trying to rape her kind of situation.
Yes.
I think that is what somebody really just told me about that movie, and I looked up the trailer. I'm thinking I might go watch it.
Yeah, that sounds familiar now that I think about it.
Yeah, it's on streaming. Yeah, and that's a movie that like at the time, I'll be honest, we have a review on First Cut. Like, when I first saw it, I didn't like it. You know what I mean? I didn't like the ending, and I thought I didn't like the movie that much. But I do appreciate it a lot more because that's an ending. That's a movie that went to a real place and then ended in a very, very real place, while also somehow tying it back to another instance of like revenge and things like that. And it was, at the time, it came out in 2020, like during the pandemic. My head, I was like, man, I just want something easy, satisfying. I don't want to think. But Promising Young Woman definitely ends in a place that's like, oh, this was actually makes it deeper than I thought. Versus something like Blink Twice ends in the way that like, oh, this isn't really that deep. And if I start to think of it too deep, it kind of makes me kind of question maybe what are the intentions? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What is it kind of saying about trauma, or was it kind of saying about abuse and things like that? But
yeah, you know, it's so funny you say that. That's exactly how I felt about it. I had to kind of check myself mid-movie. Like, let me just watch it.
Right.
If I really get nitpicky, I'm not going to enjoy it as much as I want.
Exactly. So I really enjoyed it on the surface level. I'm definitely going to watch it again. You know.
And you know, I'll say this too: Zoe Kravitz as a filmaker.
Oh, great.
She's very confident.
I was gonna say, how was her? This her directorial debut, correct?
Yeah.
How y'all feel about that?
It was good. I thought it was really well made. The editing was very, and it going back to being a Gen Z ass movie.
LOL.
It was kind of edited to pace, like things was just happening, boom, 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 like things was happening, and it was just it's definitely a film made for the time. You know what I'm saying?
That's not an issue.
No,
Like,
no,
that'd
it's
be
not.
cool.
No, it's
That'd be
not.
cool.
It's not. And you know, all forms of media do adapt to the time.
Of course.
And I feel like if this movie was made like 20 years ago, it would be more of a slow burn than lead into the shits. Whereas this one, it was like things was happening to the point where I was like, is this a Groundhog's Day situation? Because the way things was happening wasn't really explained until it fleshed out. You know what I'm saying? Just because the way it was edited. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, liking stories like that though, like that kind of comes all the way around.
Yeah.
Like you show something like what? And
Yeah.
It kind of it hits harder that way. That's cool. That actually makes you want to go see it.
Yeah, no, definitely go check it out. Go check it out. Like I said, for me, it was just the end.
Is it a good date movie?
I mean, I definitely, you know, a lot of if you're, they do touch on traumatic things and they do have a trigger warning, but they also don't really show the most crazy stuff. Like,
I mean,
they do. I feel like they do show a lot of crazy stuff and they do depict a lot of crazy stuff. Again, I watched a lot of older 70s movies, and again, like even I don't know if y'all saw Blowout with like John Travolta. Like it's like this old Brian De Palma movie, and literally just like not super randomly, but almost halfway through the film, there's like a 5-minute rape scene. You're like, and they're just showing it, and it's like, yo, come on, like, I want to sit through that. But
that's crazy.
It's definitely it's definitely quicker this time
right.
But seeing it, given in the climate we're in, you know what I'm saying. And let's be real, we all know women that's been sexually assaulted. Like it's very common. It's way more common than you think. When I started to date and stuff like that, I learned like, ooh, I'm talking like uncles. Like it's that deep. So you gotta think about it. So even seeing it as quickly as you do see it in this film, it's kind of like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I was rolling my eye at the trigger warning. And I was like, oh my god, like is this what we're gonna do before every movie now? Because
that's fair. Like now, what you saying with the 70s shit, you are like, who the fuck trying to like?
That's what I'm saying.
Went through essay, how they feel about like, that's
and that's
shit.
what I'm saying. Like you know, before I seen that, I'm just like, are we gonna do this? Because my thinking is, I know what I paid to see. I paid to see a woman being in a situation where the dude is probably abusive or whatever the case may be, but I just didn't expect that. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? So the trigger warning, you know, I had to check myself. Even in the notes I wrote, I was the beginning of my shit, I was like, a trigger warning. I was like, what did I say? I said not the trigger warning before the movie, and then when that happened, I said, oh,
And
it's kind of crazy.
It's kind of crazy to think that like, prior to these times we are in now, when like they give warnings about anything, and we never did it before, it's like, damn, we is kind of wilding. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because imagine like whatever you see in a movie and you just seen it and you went through it or know somebody went through it, or you close to whatever happened, like now you just got to see the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like in the theater.
Like, and you just like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't see that coming. It could be triggering, like, bring you back. So, shout out to the trigger warning. I guess, right?
In that instance, the trigger warning was very necessary. Trigger warnings before Gone with the Wind. Please stop being performative. We know what it's about. Mammy, you can't miss Mammy's big ass. All right, we know what that's about.
Do they say the N-word in Gone with the Wind?
You know, I don't think so.
I think it's a Negro. They definitely say Negro.
Yeah,
didn't they have a version that they changed, and then the older version of it, the DVDs, the old copies of it, was going for mad bread on eBay and shit because
I don't know
they
if it
like
was
took
Gone with
something
the
out.
Wind. I don't know if it was Gone with the Wind, but I do know that when HBO Max came up and Gone with the Wind was on it, they did try to put a warning before it.
There's a even if you're watching now, it's a 5-minute video of like a black lady explaining like everything wrong with
Of
it.
course, they got the sister.
You want to make somebody black woman? Come explain that.
And it's literally 5 minutes of like, this is an iconic movie, legendary, but the Manny thing is not.
Let's use a black woman to explain our white messaging.
Literally.
Go ahead, Shaniqua, speak up.
Right?
I don't think I don't think you need a warning for that. Like, come on. Let's
Like, we live in America. Like, this shit's still, like, you don't get a trigger warning when you wake up and go outside your door about America.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
We didn't, but in this case, shout out to Zoe.
They needed that, yeah.
And I think there's even like a Blink Twice Foundation. It was
nice.
It was like a website. If
Oh, nice.
she went all in. You know
It's
what I'm
good.
saying?
Yeah, definitely good on that level. It's a great feminist movie that speaks to the power of overcoming abuse and things like that. I know even Taylor Swift, reposted about it. Said,
she did?
Yeah. Taylor Swift really.
Oh, Taylor Swift watched it? I gotta watch it now.
Yeah,
Taylor Swift watched it?
That's what I'm saying. Like, she getting the white girls turned up. I mean, they said the audience for this movie was like 60% women too. Like for the opening weekend. So it's good that it's like a female catered movie.
Yeah.
In the box office, especially with Channing Tatum. He had some lows this year, you know what I mean? He had the Fly Me to the Moon situation that didn't make a move. But Deadpool and Wolverine was a hit. So, kind of.
I'll make a name for myself.
Yeah, I'm about to make a name for myself.
Does he still go out with Zoe Kravitz?
Yes, they're engaged.
Oh,
for real? I didn't know that. So that's why he put it in the
Remember, like, a couple years ago, that pic of them went viral when he was riding the bike and she was, like, on the back of the pegs or some shit. And everybody's like, oh, I want this type of love.
Oh, nah.
Listen, I ride a bike, and I picked the girl up before. She was like, nigga, I'm not getting on that one. You got me fucked up.
Your social media love, that shit ain't real life, man.
I look like Channing Tatum did it.
Right. Like she don't try to strap on to the back. Yeah, nah.
You are not Channing Tatum.
No, I am not. I fucked around and found out I am not Channing Tatum.
You are not Channing Tatum.
This is not a fucking Instagram meme.
I see Blink Twice came in 4th at the box office.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad.
They call it a subdued 7.3 million.
Yeah.
Let's be real. We are living in a time when tentpole films is dominating the box office. When a film like this breaks the top 5, give it a break.
Nah, for real.
Like, come on.
And it's only $20 million budget, so
And listen, that's just gonna make a ton of money on streaming and
of course,
home video, which that's where the bread is anyway. So I feel like I had a solid start.
Yeah, solid start.
Top 4 is good. Like, because I barely was hearing about it. Just as a casual, like y'all into film, so like as a casual, I barely heard about. To even to get that far, like, cause I heard about, like, it's cause I just heard people going like the Fly Out movie, like people referring it to it as that. So I'm like, pretty good. Yeah,
I mean, cause Amazon/MGM, they made Challengers this year, which is also like 2020. I think it was like actually more $50 million. Budget.
I know for a fact that made bread because what came out around the time? Oh, I went to go see Abigail. And there was a lot of people going to Challengers. At one point, I think before I wanted to see Abigail off rip, but I know at one point I was like, tomorrow, let me go see Challengers tomorrow, and I could not find a seat.
Really?
It's like I want to sit up close and watch a movie like this, and I'm not doing that. I did that for Transformers, the original Transformers. I'm not doing that again.
I did that for Batman Begins, like.
Oh my God, that slow ass movie you had to sit like that. I know your neck was burning.
Definitely had a crick after that shit.
Yeah.
I saw Dune 2 like that. The Chinese actually, Chinese.
Damn, Chinese is packed out for Dune 2, huh?
Yeah.
Shout out to the Chinese theater, man. It's the last of the Mohicans, man.
Speaking of Batman, I see on your wall, you had the Dark Knight trilogy. You went to the movies from 6 p.m. all the way to midnight.
All the way till 3 a.m. actually, because Dark Knight Rises ended at like 3. Yeah,
God damn, son.
There's people that did that for the Marvel, the leading up to Avengers. There's people
the
that
first
did that.
Avengers movie. Yeah, they definitely had you could watch all of them leading up to this. It was like a full 24-hour thing.
Yes.
How was that? Like basically 9 hours.
The Batman joint was cool. I mean, I loved it. I love all those movies. I love Batman Begins too. So it was like, and it was in IMAX too. So it was like seeing all. I didn't see The Dark Knight in IMAX when it first came out, so seeing it in IMAX that time was great. And then even Batman Begins in IMAX is good too, even though it wasn't like shot in that format. But even my mom watched The Dark Knight or Batman Begins because I was like 13, so my mom had to come with me to see it at that point.
Wow.
She actually didn't hate like some of those movies though. Like she actually didn't.
So your mom was with you the whole day?
Nah, during Batman Begins, I think she watched the Tyler Perry movie or something like that.
Fucking weird.
And then during the second one, she just like went out, and then she did stay for the Dark Knight Rises. So yeah.
LOL at Liam Neeson as Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, hey, right. And he comes back in Dark Knight Rises too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
man. Like I said before, man, that I only run back to Dark Knight.
Yeah.
The other two Begins is too slow.
The Begins is slow as fuck.
Slow, you know what I'm saying?
I
and
love
then
that movie, man.
and I feel like Nolan ain't in prime form and Begins. You know, I feel like by Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises for sure, he's cooking with grease.
Oh yeah, with Dark Knight he's cooking with grease. With Rises he's like burnt out. You know what I mean? The grease is burnt. You know what I mean? Because he did Inception right before that, and I feel like he put so much into Inception that it was like, I'm just gonna kind of slouch my way through Dark Knight Rises. But even though I love Dark Knight Rises too though.
But shout out to him because he made me like Christian Bale again because I did not like him.
Oh yeah, after Shaft. Oh yeah.
Speaking of, shout out to Shaft. They shot that in my neighborhood in Crown Heights. They shot
that. The precinct was right next to my middle school.
Oh, fire!
Like I saw when they was filming that.
Fire.
Saw John Singleton and everything.
Yeah, when they ran out, I think it was an apartment scene, and they ran out and they was like showing he was chasing somebody down. That was in my homeboy building. They all got money for the shit. He's like, yo, no, you got some bread. And like it was like that was cool. Like all the cameras in the hood and all that shit. It was like, oh shit, like they really filmed well with them.
Yeah, no, my middle school
Christian Bale.
Yeah, no, my middle school's in it. You can still see it in the shot. This is crazy. It's like, I was there for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to John Singleton Shaft, man. Not that sequel. Whatever that follow-up was, not that.
Nay. In Amsterdam, they say no, nay. Nay.
But yo, RB, man. I never got to, because I'm slipping. I didn't get to see your thoughts on this film. But I finally did get to check out Longlegs.
Oh, word. Okay.
Boy. Longlegs, for y'all that don't know, when I saw the trailer, I just thought it was like on some Seven, Silence of the Lambs, serial killer type deal. You know what I'm saying? The serial killer and this woman is an FBI agent trying to figure out how and why things is happening. I did not expect that movie to make the turn that it did by the final act. Yo, and it stuck the landing.
Right.
Shout out to Nicolas Cage. I will say this. The Nicolas Cage thing, the promotional material was like, when the actress saw Nicolas Cage for the first time in his makeup, her heart beat, it was, why, don't gas it. It was not that deep. It was actually kind of cartoonish. You know what I'm saying? He was ugly as hell, yes. But it was not that deep. But yo,
I've seen uglier people.
Yeah. Yo, what did you think about that joint?
Man, I loved it, man. I think it's really, really good. It's a great detective thriller, while also just a great psychological horror movie.
Yes.
That when it gets into there's a kind of a new element that they introduce later on.
Yo,
in the movie.
when they introduce that element,
Oh, damn, this is some scary
dog,
shit.
it gets real. It gets real. And let me tell you something, son. The film is now out digitally, so y'all please go check that out. I'm trying my best not to spoil something. I'll tell you one thing. There's a scene in the film where she's closing a door. And for the split second, I saw a figure in the door. So I'm thinking to myself, on some production shit. I'm like, damn, the camera and the crew got caught in the frame. Nah, apparently that was an Easter egg. And I found out because I went to YouTube afterwards to look up explain ending, whatever. And they showed all the Easter eggs in the film. Fam. I did not I love horror. I like the jump scares and stuff like that. That's always fun. But see them joints that stick with you to the point where like it's really fucking with you, and it's like it's not like out there. You get what I'm saying? Like Hereditary, for example, when Shorty was up on the ceiling, and even Hereditary and the stuff that it deals with, that joint lingered with me. Like the other night I ran back Longlegs the other night, and I started to see some of the things that was going on. I ain't gonna hold you. I was kind of scared to sleep, yo.
For real, damn.
I'm just a bitch ass nigga.
Yo, like
When did that come out?
that came out
July, I think?
July, yes. Yes, because remember I was saying that I wanted to hurry up and catch it cuz I saw it I saw it on August 14th, which is so funny cuz it deals with
14th,
the 14th day, you know. I saw it on August 14th at the very that Friday. It ended up the following Friday, because my birthday was that Friday. The following Friday it ended up releasing on VOD. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because now I think it's only in like a few hundred theaters like around the country.
Oh, it's still in theaters?
Yeah, a couple.
Oh yeah, well they do that where like they put it out, but then it's
Yeah.
But I caught it before it left because it was definitely like it got to the point where it was like only 2 showtimes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, and it definitely is a definitely worthy theatrical experience too.
Yo, and I said that. I was like, yo, let me go watch it in theater because I know I'm gonna check out if it is at home, because that's another slow burn, but just the way things happen, man, the way it was shot and just that, you know, when you're in the theater, you're vulnerable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You locked in. So it's just like, you can't leave now. Like, it's like, you don't pay your money, you in your seat. It is what it is. When you know, you at home, you know, motherfuckers be trying to act like they ain't scared. Start looking through their phone. Now they on IG. They looking at shit on IG when they know something might come up scary. And the way that the joint is shot, like, there's a scene where she's in her crib, and the way the shit is framed, you get her, but then you see a room in the
space.
and there's a lot of empty space where you're like, yo, what are they about to show? Who's about to be behind her? Like, that joint, you know, that it was very effective on that end.
Yeah, from a directorial standpoint, Osgood Perkins, I think that's his name.
Yes,
definitely put a lot of emphasis, like you had mentioned, into the backgrounds, into the subtle details. I did the review of my co-host Sabrina, you know what I mean, my friend Sabrina, and she really was the one who pointed out all the negative space that was around, really helped build the suspense. And they actually literally, shout out to Neon, brilliant geniuses in terms of marketing this movie. They put out a whole trailer that is literally called like Look Closer, and it's just a bunch of just empty room shots, and then like you'd see a tiny movement in the background, like
I didn't see
it's
that.
literally just a trailer of just like empty shots with like the tiniest little movement. You're like, whoa, what?
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. But you know, I'm glad I didn't, because again, I have a hard rule when it comes to trailers. If it's a big film that's worthy of a teaser, I watch a teaser and the first trailer. That's it. Because I want to go in as open-minded as possible, because I feel like when it gets to trailer 8, they're starting to show you. It's like, at that point, it's like, damn, you just gave me the whole movie.
Right. Which, to be fair though, that to me was kind of brilliant to me, because it didn't really show any plot stuff, but it just showed you like, yo, this is definitely the intent. Like, you kind of get that feeling when you're watching horror movies, like, oh, is there something moving? Is there? But like, you never really know, you know what I mean? Until like, oh, they actually literally put a trailer of a few of these shots together. Like, oh, this was like, they're trying to show you like, nah, this is the intent, which I mess with. I appreciate, there was such a dark period in horror cinema, man, like the 2010s, early 2010s.
Oh yeah.
When it was like all found footage movies, it was either found footage or like low budget
torture porn.
Yeah, torture porn, low budget found footage, or low budget like slasher movies.
Yeah,
that was all it was for a minute.
No, don't forget remakes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The Chainsaw Massacre.
Chainsaw 3D. Yeah. Like Friday the 13th remake, which was okay. Right. You know what I'm saying? Definitely not that Nightmare on Elm Street remake. Get that shit up out of here.
Yeah. So there was definitely a dark period. So I do, and I do want to shout out Jordan Peele. I know a lot of people say Get Out, it may be too much credit, but I do genuinely think without Get Out, we wouldn't have this new renaissance of amazing horror that we have right now. Even to the point of Osgood Perkins, he had a cameo in Nope. If you watch Nope, he's the assistant director in the very beginning of the movie.
Okay.
It was like, hey, like, can we hurry this up type situation?
Oh.
Yeah, so Jordan, him and Jordan Peele obviously got a good friendship.
And also, Osgood Perkins, he's the son of Norman Bates. Anthony Perkins, which I thought I found out after the fact. I was like, oh wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, part of Hollywood.
It's almost a beautiful connection to horror, It's horror in the culture, the name and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely like nepotism going right,
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, right.
100%.
It's not the Shyamalan daughter situation.
Yeah,
with The Strangers or with Trap, I guess, in both cases.
Or even worse, he could be that Levinson boy.
Oh yeah,
Euphoria
Sam
Levin's voice.
Levinson. Oh yeah,
Showing up to set with no shot list, 16, 18-hour days. Come on,
that's
son.
crazy.
Oh, and
Yeah.
did you hear the whole stories of like them trying to do Euphoria season 3? Like how it got delayed mad times. He was like, he tried to pitch a story where Zendaya was like a detective or something like that.
I heard that.
Yeah, it was
Nah,
wild.
dog, nah. And I seen that they tried to blame Zendaya for the delays too, right?
Yeah,
they
tried
did.
to,
I did see saying
Fuck,
that.
her stock is up.
She
Okay,
like, what I do?
Yeah, fuck outta here.
She a Millie's dog.
Yeah.
When your face is on the poster of a major motion picture, like you're in a whole different stratosphere.
Yeah.
Like, that Challenger's poster is just her face.
Yes. Yeah.
Same thing with Sydney Sweeney. I don't even know how they agree to bring her back. You know.
Yeah. You know, now that you say that, it's gonna be hard to do the season 3 because like they're out of here now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sydney might do it again just because she like to show her titties, so she might do it again just to show off some titties. But
even Jacob Elordi.
he was Elvis, right?
Elvis, yeah, he's been in a couple things now. So it's
And then they had the dude who passed. Also.
August Cloud, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Was he? Did he? I didn't see Euphoria. So
Oh,
did
you
he
need
play
to
like
watch
a big
Euphoria.
role in it?
It was, yeah.
He did play a big part in season 2, especially.
I was gonna like start watching it, but then when I heard that season 3 was delayed so long, I was like, oh, I got some time, and I,
Go watch it.
All right.
Go watch it.
It's on Max, right?
Yeah, it should be on Max.
Oh, I hate that I'm calling it Max now.
Yeah.
It's on HBO, right?
It should be HBO. They should.
If I'm gonna call you HBO, I'm gonna call you HBO.
Right. Yeah.
You know, but speaking of behind the scenes drama, you was telling me something about what's that new
It
Blake
ends
Lively
with us.
film?
Right.
What's going on? I kind of heard things, but I didn't really look or read into it too much.
Yeah. Nah, and I'm also gonna be talking about it probably a little bit more on First Cut Live. It's fine. We do this show. We do this show on Wednesdays, and I also do First Cut Lives on Wednesdays. So like, it's gonna be live Wednesday. So I haven't done the live yet. But
Okay.
the live is gonna be out before it because it's live.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you watch First Cut Live, that's already out. We're gonna be talking about this situation. Blake Lively and the director, I think his name is Justin Belluni or something like that. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I should though. He seems like a cool dude. The guy Justin, he was the director / his studio financed it. Like his studio, Wayfair Studios, financed the movie. It's an adaptation of a very popular book.
I heard is mid, by the way.
Right. I guess it is mid. Apparently, it was the highest selling book of 2022 and 2023.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and he had brought the rights for it way back in like 2019 or something like that. Put in his own money. I think it was like $25 million or whatever to adapt it. Type. You know what I mean?
What?
Yeah. I don't know if it was all of his own money or if he got like some other investors. But yeah, it was like financed through
He
his
really believed in this goddamn movie. Shit.
Yeah. Got Blake Lively involved, and then but apparently there was clashes between Blake Lively and the Justin dude. Maybe on set, maybe in post production. I'm not really sure. The story goes that there was he had a cut of the film that even tested really well with a lot of people.
Okay.
And apparently his vision was definitely a lot more, because I guess the book is about like domestic abuse.
Yes. That's the vibe I got from the trailer.
Right.
They were trying to make it cute though.
Right. And that's the thing. I think his version kind of leaned more towards the domestic abuse seriousness of it. Okay. And then Blake Lively kind of wanted to make it more of a cutesy romance thing.
Yeah, when I saw it, I think it was during Deadpool I saw it. When I saw that trailer, I was like, it came a very Lifetime Network movie-ish, and I was just like, "Is this a like?" There was moments in it. It was like a romance film, like one of them sad ass romance films. But it was like she was saying certain things, and then you see your man was throwing stuff on the floor. I was like, "Oh, he beating her ass in this movie or something?
Yeah.
What's going on?"
Right. Blake Lively went over, his head, Justin's head, went to the studio, went to the author, and was like, "Yeah, we're doing it my way," type thing.
Time out. Is she a producer on this film?
She is a producer and I guess a credited writer. You know what I mean? And then look, there's a part where I get a little personal. I definitely have some experiences where I, as a director / somebody who's put their own money into a project, have dealt with some writer / stars of a film who do have a little bit of an ego thing. You know what I mean? So it's like it definitely just makes you think like, I don't know what that situation was. And by the way, the Variety article very much was written almost like with a comedic kind of tinge to it. Like they were like the way they were kind of writing is like internet sloths discovered that there was beef between these two, or like Twitter detectives dug up the fact that they didn't show up at the premiere together. It's very funny. They wrote it in a very like funny way. But
damn,
yeah,
it makes me wonder who is this? Is he paid? Who? Because you know Hollywood is very Hollyweird.
Hello.
You know what I'm saying? When certain people want to bury a story, they'll do what they got to do, and next thing you know, it's being reported like you said, with like kind of comedic. You know what I'm saying? Whereas it's something serious. You know?
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know what the truth is. I don't know what they are particularly beefing about. All I know is, if somebody puts their money involved, like, they're probably pretty serious about the project.
Yeah,
they're
that
probably
much money
looking out
too.
for the best interest of everybody. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know Blake Lively or anything.
Right.
But I just know the way egos work in Hollywood. Everybody just take a chill pill. Everybody just like, please understand that filmmakers. We're not gonna intentionally try to make somebody look
this
a
sounds
certain
like
type
some
of
Don't
way,
Worry Darling type shit. Remember when Florence Pugh wasn't like promoting the film and shit like
that?
that?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. The director, he showed up to the premiere, but he didn't take any pictures with the rest of the cast. Nobody in the cast like follows him on
Awkward
Instagram.
shit, man.
Yeah. When they introed the movie at the premiere, everybody else introed the movie, but he didn't. And again, he's the
director.
He's the director. He's the star and the financer. So it's like,
let me ask you something. Because again, I'm just listening. Is the powers that be siding with her? Are they trying to get him out the paint?
So here's the
because if he's a director, he funded the film. I don't know what happened, but he should have some pull.
Right, he should have some pull, and that's kind of the crux of the Variety article is kind of saying that like the idea of even doing a sequel of the movie, because there's a sequel book.
Whoa. The domestic abuse film got a sequel?
I mean, what they got.
What's the name of this movie?
It Ends With Us. It ends with us, right?
It ends with us. The sequel ends. Now it's ending for real, bitch. It's just him whooping her ass some more. Why? Whatever. Keep going.
So yeah, there's a sequel book apparently. And apparently he also owns the rights to the sequel book as well. Because again, he bought the rights before it got super popular.
Hollywood. Clip it. Don't even go forward with it, man. It's just too much drama.
So what? They're not gonna release the movie?
No, it's
the
out.
movie's out.
It's popular.
It's actually making. I heard it kind of made more than Deadpool. I think in the UK it made more than Deadpool one weekend, which is
wow.
You beating out a Marvel film that's still bringing in big numbers. That's good, but. That sounds like a hot mess.
Yeah, it's a hot mess, and it's definitely something that's like, it's not like Sony owns the rights to it. It's his production company, Wayfarer Studios or whatever, that owns the rights to the book. So he could literally just say, I don't want to make no sequel. Like, whatever, you know what I mean? Or he could tax Sony to like make a thing. I don't, again, I'm not into any of their business. I don't care. I just know as a creative in Hollywood, you sometimes get caught in sticky situations that's hard to get out of, and I'm empathizing with that dude, the white brother. You know what I mean? With this dude, I have no idea his name or anything. And apparently, I guess his character is not a big part in the sequel, so he could technically still produce it, but not direct it.
But she's the lead.
She's the lead, and he even said like during one of the. Because again, they did separate interviews. Like Blake and the cast did one set of interviews. He did like a separate kind of press run. And then he was like, one of the interviewers asked him, like, would you be down to be in the sequel? And he was like, no, I think Blake Lively should direct the next one.
Listen. Yeah, I see now. I gotta go find out what's happening.
Right.
Because that sounds, it's a lot of, but like you said, it's ego. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Blake Lively got that type of pull in Hollywood.
I guess.
Or is it because Ryan is her man? Ryan Reynolds is her man. She got pulled now. What's?
Yeah, I guess so. And then also too, another part of it that also came out in that Variety article is that apparently Ryan Reynolds had like helped write or like co-write a scene that was like in the final movie, but the movie was filming during the writer's strike. So did he write the scene during the strike? What was going on? I guess one of Ryan's people came out and said he technically did the draft of the scene in like April 2023. So it's just,
Scrap the film. The one is out. That's it. It just sounds like a clusterfuck now.
Yeah. For a very indie, not indie, but like a very low mid-budget romance drama, like it really shouldn't be this much talk about it.
Just messy, toxic, regular toxic production shit, bro. Typical.
Right.
Typical.
Yeah.
And you know what? Guess what? Everybody will be all right in the end.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no, they all getting paid. No,
They all getting paid,
all
and
getting paid.
anything they do will get greenlit going forward.
Yeah.
It's not gonna affect them.
Yeah.
Like, we competed with Marvel. You good?
Yeah.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want. Get whoever you want on it.
Damn.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't know you had mentioned it, and I was like, wait, what? I don't know. I don't know.
White Hollywood, have at it. Fight, let them. What they say in Pacific Rim, let them fight.
I'm with
let them fight. Let them knock each other out like that. But it's crazy, man. Yeah, I'm excited to see some new movies that's coming out though. What's the Ep24 movie with Brandy, The Front Room?
Oh yes.
Yeah, that's
with the racist old lady.
Yeah, right. Deliverance. I had called you about that movie.
When does that joint drop?
That joint comes out August 30th, so probably by the time
soon.
this podcast is out, it's out.
Listen, y'all,
I'll give a quick review of it. Then,
RB gave me a call the other day and said that I have to see Deliverance. So you know what? The next time y'all hear from us, we are going to talk about Deliverance. All I know about it is I saw Glenn Close looking like, one of them white women that have kids with brothers.
Yep.
You know the ones down south, the white women that have kids with brothers, how they start to, they hang out with brothers, they be around brothers, they start to look, you know what I mean?
I got the short pixie cut.
Yes. I was kind of surprised to see Glenn Close looking the way she was looking. I was like, wait, who? But then when I heard Lee Daniels was director, I said, oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. He's just Tyler Perry with a little bit more sense.
Yeah, right.
Yo, you're fucking hilarious.
Yeah, he's not. He's
wrong.
a little bit more sense.
Not a little more sense.
A little more sense. Maybe he puts a little bit more into the budget than Tyler Perry.
Right.
But
And get another writer in on it.
Yeah, maybe you have another writer, but they are one and the same. But I think I could tolerate watching some. What's the last Lee Daniels? I think the last one I saw was Precious.
I'm fucking weak. You said I remember you was going like, I felt so nasty to even.
Yeah.
Wait.
No, Precious. No, seriously. I went to go see Precious, and when I got home, I needed to take a shower. Like, it was just like the film was disgusting. Like, I just felt all that trauma and everything. I just felt it on me. But no, I wanted to say I did see The Butler. I saw it on a flight. I was on a flight and I watched The Butler. When I'm watching the film on the airplane, I'm not really
paying attention.
Focused. You know what I'm saying? So
that's crazy. That's my most focused. I'd be like, wow. I think I like a movie better on the airplane. Yeah.
The screen is so small.
Yeah, I'm just be so into it. I'll just be up in it like.
For me that airplane, I don't have any, I don't have access to internet, so that is probably like the time I probably lock in a little bit more than the TV, but then you're right.
I got access to the internet. Shout out to JetBlue. I got access to the internet.
You do? Oh, nice.
They got that Fly whatever that joint is.
I fly with Delta, and Delta and T-Mobile got a partnership, and they give you if you got a T-Mobile number, you get like an hour. You get 4 times a year. You can use the internet for the whole flight, and then. If let's say you use up all your 4 times and you could just get an hour for free internet with T-Mobile, whether you got a T-Mobile number.
Nah. JetBlue, y'all gonna have to give me a check, but JetBlue, once you get on there, the Fly, you got it. Like,
for real?
You get on there, log in, you good. You might have to watch a little ad before, but you're good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just took a JetBlue flight. I didn't have access to it, unfortunately.
Why not?
I don't know. I couldn't go on the internet when I was on JetBlue.
Did you go on flyfi.com?
You gotta select the you go to the thing, you go to the Wi-Fi network, you select Fly, then it takes you to another screen to the internet. Yeah. The internet shit just was not coming on. I was like,
damn, you must have had a janky flight.
When you go to it was going to Atlanta, so it was just from New York to Atlanta. It's like an hour.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
So they probably turned that off. It's like, they don't need the internet.
Yeah, but it's just still the fuck. I hate fake Wi-Fi. I hate airport Wi-Fi at that. Airport is the most place where Wi-Fi should work, and it should thrive there because you never know what's going on. People in different countries, they using WhatsApp, they using everything is through Wi-Fi at the airport. Why the fuck is that the only place that's the shittiest Wi-Fi you'll find?
Right.
And it's so fucked up. But
not only shitty, but you might get hacked. Like,
Son.
probably
That's what I'm about to say
cat.
that about Subway Wi-Fi. Subway Wi-Fi is sus.
Oh, in
That's
New
like
York?
going to the bodega and using the ATM. You don't want to do that. Next thing you know, you getting charges from Kazakhstan or something
I'm
like that.
fucking weak.
That happened to me before. So yeah, do you know? I feel like JetBlue Wi-Fi is a-okay with me. It never fails. Shout out to y'all, JetBlue, Fly, Amazon Prime. I think if you have an Amazon Prime account, you definitely get a service. So shout out to y'all. Listen, man, I just be plugging everybody all the time on this thing. I'm always plugging a company. Man.
Right. Come on,
Sponsor
AMC,
the show.
JetBlue.
Come on,
all
sponsor
y'all.
the show.
Disney, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Yeah, come
Disney,
on.
you definitely need to holler at me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's good to Lion
But
King,
Deliverance with that. So that joint, is it on Netflix?
It's on Netflix. Yeah.
I will check it out.
It's a very funny, not funny. Let me say, very Lee Daniels. Like Lee Daniels.
So it's funny.
It's funny. Some parts is funny. It definitely leans into the black trauma part of it. It's very funny watching a black trauma horror movie. Like you never really see that formula hit too often.
Black trauma horror.
Yeah,
Okay.
because the main star Andra Day, she's definitely playing like a troubled mom.
She's in it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Andra Day.
Yeah.
She done had a whole second career as an actress. Shout out to her.
Yeah, Andra Day, Oscar nominee Andra Day, Oscar winner Monique is in it. Oscar
Lord.
nominee Anjanou Ellis-Taylor.
Yeah, they got cool again, right? Lee Daniels and Monique, they got cool. He's
Yeah, I
like,
guess.
I apologize to Monique.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, y'all thought she was bugging.
Yeah.
She's still bugging, but
Look.
she's still wilding.
And then dude, it's just the cast is great and the acting is just really great. And the first hour and a half is solid black trauma with some sprinkles of horror in there. Okay. You don't really know where it's going, and then you do know where it's going because it does follow the horror formula. So it's like a haunted house kind of movie. But then by the end of it, it definitely gets into his cheesy horror bag, which is hilarious. But
okay,
I'll just describe it as like The Exorcism, but for Black Christians. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
You know, so that's how I would kind of put it. But
oh Lord,
it's a funny movie. It's funny.
I love that, Lord.
Lord. Yeah.
Lord.
You know, my mom was, a Christian, devout Christian, and I remember I wasn't allowed to watch The Exorcist in the crib. I had the DVD, and I loved The Exorcist, and she ain't let me watch that. Yeah. So if you mean tell me if my mom was here, she would enjoy Deliverance?
No, I don't know if she would enjoy it. She probably wouldn't. But
listen, don't get it twisted now. My mom was strong, Spike Lee, strong black film. When she became Christian, she pivoted to Tyler Perry.
Oh
yeah, she made the pivot.
He got that Christian crowd on lock, son.
In a headlock, actually.
Lock, son.
You know, so I don't know. She might, but then again, she did not enjoy. I remember she hated For Colored Girls Only.
Oh yeah,
she hated that because she liked the original play. She loved the original play. And I remember when she talked to me about that movie, I was so surprised to hear her talk about the movie the way she did because again, she loved Tyler Perry up until that point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. And then For Colored Girls is just that movie leans too heavy on the trauma side of it, the traumatizing
with the baby falling out the window.
Yeah,
jeez, dog.
Yeah.
Is that the one that Janet Jackson was in? And they was like, fix it. Is that Tyler Perry movie or is it another one?
That might be Why I Get Married Too.
Oh, probably.
But Janet Jackson was in For Colored Girls.
Oh, she was.
Because there's a scene with Omari Hardwick where she finds out he was gay and she's like, "Who's doing the bending?"
How do you marry a woman and then turn around and let a man bend you over?
Ain't nobody bending me over.
Oh, so you doing the bending?
Yo, I was just like, Tyler, put down the pen, put down the pen.
Like, get a writer's room, dude.
Put down the pen and pad and go see a therapist, my brother. You got a lot you want to get off your chest. Go talk to somebody. Stop putting it in the movie and come to terms, my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, shut up.
I'm just saying. It was he laid it on heavy in that scene. It was like
doing the bending.
And I remember, and I went to go see it in Court Street. R.I.P. to Regal Cinemas in Court Street.
Facts.
R.I.P. But the black woman in the crowd, ooh, when they heard that line, I was just like, oh hell no.
Nah. That's gonna be that's gonna be the new.
Yeah, it's like
that is so funny.
You know, Tyler Perry with moments like that, it reminded me of Spider-Man: No Way Home, where the cameos happen and they kind of give a pause for the crowd to react. I feel like he do shit like that in his films to get all the aunties and grandmothers wilding in the crowd.
Tyler Perry, the king of the Christian aunties.
Yes,
Dead ass.
Nah, he got that on lock.
That nigga is different.
Yeah.
So who's doing the bending?
Right.
I forgot about that shit.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
That movie introduced me to Tessa Thompson though. I thought she was a cutie. I
Oh,
was
and
like,
for Color Girls?
Yeah,
she was in
that
it.
introduced me to Tessa. Did White People come before or after that?
After that, yeah. Dear White People was 2014.
Okay. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
2014?
And then it came out theatrically 2014, and it might have showed in festivals in like 2013.
Yes, because I know. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Oh wow.
Dear White People is I'd argue one of my like personal. I don't know if it was one of my favorites, but definitely one of the movies I related to the most. Like,
I enjoyed the hell out of that movie when I first saw it.
Yeah, because it was, man, as someone, you know, when I went to USC, you know what I mean? It's a predominantly white institution, and it's like, fam, the way they were speaking on like the social hierarchies, not only like amongst white people, but amongst ourselves too, is deep, man. They go so deep in that movie. Yeah, 2014 it came out.
Okay,
and
but it, like you said, it was on the film festival circuit for a little bit before.
Yeah.
Yep. I remember the Kickstarter. I think it was Kickstarter. I remember the Kickstarter trailer.
Yeah,
and I remember seeing that, and I was just like, oh, this looks interesting. And then I feel like that was the first film to really tackle Tyler Perry head on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, when people like get at him, he like be getting motherfuckers out the paint, right?
He don't get him out the paint, but he's definitely a little sassy when they critique his art. And it's just like, brother, you seen recently he made that comment, the highbrow Negro.
Yeah.
Dog. Let's come on. TP. Let's
remember
be real.
when like Childish Gambino did it in Atlanta? What did he do or say to him?
I think that he was upset about that too. You know, that he told Spike to go to hell. You know what I'm saying? Look, bro, here's the thing. I get it. You from the South, Big Mama, all that stuff. You know, I don't relate to that. You know, my grandmother's West Indian. She wasn't Big Mama. You know, she wasn't acting like Medea and stuff like that. So I don't relate to that. But there's so much more about your films that's a problem. And it's just the films are lazy. You just do the same thing. It's the same damn formula every damn film. That's why it's so easily digestible, especially with a certain crowd, because I'm not trying to say that crowd is dumb or anything like that. Because once again, our mothers were into this film.
Loves Tyler Perry,
but it's very lowbrow. You're not trying to challenge them. You just giving them exactly what they want. They're gonna go in and come out feeling the same way they felt. You know what I'm saying? You and then not to mention.
But is that really a problem? I mean, if that's what he wanted, is getting him bread and shit. Fuck it, right?
Listen, and yes,
for him,
absolutely,
I'm just saying,
absolutely.
in general.
I'm not mad at his success, but then now you got the other part, especially now, where you don't even put the quality, you don't even take the time for quality control.
Yeah.
Because you want to, and remember we talked about this before in this documentary. He had that whole segment in his documentary was like his little talk shit moment.
Oh yeah.
Where he was just like, why am I doing multiple takes of this? I just do this, do that. I go in and I go over there and take care of that, and I do it, and I come back here and I do this one, and then I cut on that and I go do. That's a problem.
Yeah.
You are doing too much.
He said that like it was a bragging thing.
Yeah.
But doesn't he still don't, I'm joking and shit, but of course, like, he still don't have a writer's room. He writes everything that was on BET Plus. Wasn't that the whole thing? And he's like, I don't need a writer's room.
To the point where you got titles of Bruh. You got a show called Bruh.
That's what it's called.
You know what I'm saying? Which, by the way, I found out Bruh is actually kind of R-rated. They be having nude scenes and shit in it.
Oh, really?
I did not know it was that real, but he's definitely be getting his shit on. Cause I know, I do. You know, I don't know what show this was, but I do remember on the timeline there was a scene or a screenshot.
Homegirl getting whipped or something? Like...
No, not that one.
Oh, okay.
But it was a bunch of brothers butt naked.
Oh.
Swinging and everything.
Oh,
kneeling down. It was like a cult situation. And they said, yo, Tyler Perry is wild. I said, what the fuck is this? Tyler, again, put the pad and pen down and go see somebody. You got a lot to get off your chest.
Oh, man.
Go see somebody.
Nah, you got to separate the art from the artist.
Hey.
You know? But it's to the point where you got people with bad wigs, and you're just not like. I'm sorry, RB, you are a filmmaker. When you make your films, your shorts, your pilots, whatever, are you not in the editing room looking at every little detail?
Oh yeah.
Are you not doing
that?
that?
Like editing it myself, yeah.
Do you not have an AD on set to tell you, hey, watch out for this, watch out for that? Oh, maybe we need to do this over because of this. You know what I'm saying? What and then this highbrow Negro, stop getting upset. Just grow, like learn, like. But you know what? When you're a billionaire. And allegedly, I heard that his presence at Tyler Perry Studios is very godlike.
Oh wait,
so it really is like the Atlanta episode.
Yes,
wow.
I take a step. It's like the Boondocks episode.
I was just about to say that's what I was gonna bring up.
I heard that from a few people that worked in Atlanta with him. You know what I'm saying? So I guess when you get to that point, can't nobody tell you nothing.
But then again, shout out to the studios though, because doesn't Marvel rent that shit out for certain shit or that?
Yeah,
they provided a lot of jobs in Atlanta. It's kind of crazy. Like
Walking Dead used to use that studio a lot.
Once again,
like a lot of black jobs in Atlanta. I should
once
say.
again,
not gonna front.
I am not slandering the man's empire. I'm not slandering. I'm not pocket watching.
Right.
Line your pockets, brother. I am happy for you. God bless you. However, your work just lacks. It lacks. You're not a good filmmaker. You're not that great of a writer.
Oh wait.
I mean, it's just stop being so upset. Just get better.
Right.
It's
Maybe
not that hard.
Listen to the critics.
Listen to the critics every now and then. Listen, everybody listen to critics at some point.
Right. You don't have to internalize it. You don't have to make it seem like, oh, they coming at you directly. But any critics that do come at Tyler Perry,
I'm about to say, like,
that's messed up.
If it's his art and if it's like,
but they got
like you're kind of coming at him.
Directed by Tyler Perry, catering by Tyler Perry. Like when you own your films to that point, they're gonna come for you. Now, if they're talking about you personally in these reviews, that's a different story.
But maybe he feels like he's getting personally attacked through these stories, especially what you just said about the whole with the who's doing the bending and stuff. Maybe he feels like that's a personal attack to himself.
You wrote that. Don't put that stuff in. You wrote that. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, if y'all can see RV right now,
who's doing the bending?
Brother, you wrote that. Like, chill out. Like, chill out. You doing too much, dog. Like, relax, TP. Relax.
That is funny. It is cool to see though too. One last thing about the studio and all that shit. Like when I was in Atlanta recently and I'm driving down. Is it the 285? It's one of them highways in Atlanta. And it says like it has the green sign that says Tyler Perry Studio to exit. I'm like, that's some bullshit.
That's
shit.
Big. That's
huge.
Crazy. That's
like,
huge. Especially think about
Tyler Perry Studios.
Think about when he was broke and driving up and down them highways. You know what I'm saying? When he was living out his car.
Yeah.
And once again, it's a beautiful thing. And I'm just tired of black folks feeling like you can't talk about him, his art. And, they just, I remember my mom, God bless her soul, when she was around, and I used to say some of these things and she was just like, trying to make it seem like I was hating on his success. I was like, no, like, I'm not hating on him. Like, God,
you can acknowledge all that shit, acknowledge that he has provided
but he
a lot
was
of black jobs.
But he was homeless. That's
but
cool.
That content is crazy, son.
Yeah.
I've been checked out of Tyler Perry since like when he first came out. I had bootlegged back in like 2005 and shit like that.
Oh,
like
the plays.
All them shit. Not even the plays. The last one I watched was it Why Did I Get Married? What's the dude from The Practice? And he's also in BMF, the bald dark skinned dude. He's Wood Harris's brother.
Oh, Steve Harris.
Yes.
So that's
I didn't know he had.
So that's the first Tyler Perry movie then.
Yeah, I saw that, and then me and my sister used to watch it.
You clocked out of the first movie.
Yeah, like I never was like I'm kind of good on this shit. Was Shamar Moore in that one too? With the bad, braids. I'm like, what the fuck is going? Like I've been was like, nah.
I think the last one I went. I saw Why Did I Get Married too because I did like Why Did I Get Married. I think
the first one, Why Did I Get Married? That was actually good. Yeah,
but I
thought Steve Harvey did that shit. What had something to do
no,
with
he did the
Think Like a Man.
that
which is very. It's my girl and I were just talking about this. Like there is like, and I think that's why people like me and you get so passionate about the Tyler Perry situation because there are movies with all black cast that are actually like half decent. I know you don't like to Think Like a Man, especially Think Like a Man too. But to me, like
that was just the cringy Kevin Hart era,
right? That's Kevin Hart. But it did have also too Taraji P. Henson, Mad People Girl Trip is another one that's like we do have
good.
all black cast that like works really well. And I'm sure Tyler Perry helped usher that in too.
Yeah, of course.
But we also have alternative movies now that we could look at like. Yeah, we don't only need Tyler Perry no more. Like, we're in a much more evolved place in cinema. Where we
thank God.
Yeah,
thank God that Tyler Perry era is over. Which, then again, it's not over because
he good.
Because
they gonna support
this last film, Divorce in the Black, apparently made so much money for Amazon. They just, but then again, people are hate watching too. That's another thing.
Yeah, people hate watch fucking
hate is
Velma.
The new love.
Yeah, right. I mean, hate and love is to the same line, but that's a whole nother philosophical
the new
thing
love
we can get
to the point
into.
where people will hate on something but yet invest in it.
Yeah. Madam Web, another example.
There you go. Another example. Oh my God, this movie's so bad. Oh, those memes are funny. Let me go see it. It's like, huh?
Right?
Just
like Velma was hate watched to the point they got a season two.
Yeah.
I'm like, huh?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Animation going through all what they going through.
I'm not gonna lie. I did hate watch.
I hate watch like 4 episodes. I ain't gonna front, but not the whole shit.
Let me see.
I was just like, let me just see if it's gonna get better. It was like, let me just see if it get better.
I was curious because when the woke argument was brought up, I said, let me go see if these white people overreacted.
Yeah.
And then I looked at it and I was like, oh no, this shit is not good. They were doing too much with this, man.
Mindy Kaling wrote it, right?
She was Velma in it. Yeah.
And wasn't Velma like?
Oh, she's Indian, like
head over heels over a white man in that too.
Yep,
I'm fucking weird.
Just like real life.
Just like the Indians in real life.
Whoa! I did not say the Indians in real life.
That's what you.
I head over heels over white men. I did not say that. Shout out to all my Indian viewers. I did not say that. That was Aloe.
No, I ain't say that shit neither. I was asking you.
I'm talking about Mindy.
I was asking you.
I'm talking about Mindy.
Yeah. Speaking of Indians, we did have a comment. I just want to read comments.
Yeah.
I'm also start reading comments from our clips too, because some people be commenting on.
I be checking for the comments on the shows. I don't check on the clips. I need to be checking on the clips.
We be getting some good comments on there. So somebody commented on the Mississippi Masala clip that we did during our Denzel episode. She said it was one of their favorites, or he or she. I'm assuming it's a she.
Hey,
one of their favorites.
You gotta be careful now with
Right. I don't know, or they too.
Yeah.
Somebody commented on the Eddie Winslow singing video. Oh please, annoyed. I guess we're criticizing.
Listen, that shit was terrible.
Yeah.
Fuck Family Matters and Eddie Winslow.
Yo, you hate Family Matters.
I hate that shit with a passion.
Another comment on the Mississippi Masala video. My two favorite movies with Denzel are Mississippi Masala and Carbon Copy. So
interesting.
Right. Very deep cuts.
Yeah.
And then somebody commented on our Tarantino clip.
Let me see.
They said.
Look what they say.
So I don't actually know, but this is regarding. I put the clip of Bruce Lee, how he was disrespecting Bruce Lee.
Oh, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah.
Yeah. So the comment said. So I actually don't know, but if he's truly known as an arrogant ass, referring to Bruce Lee, why is that out of bounds? Is it does being incredible in other ways exempt them from critique?
I'll tell you why it's off, because you're going off of hearsay,
right?
And you're going off of hearsay with people from a certain era that was just trying. We talking about the 60s, 70s. You know what I'm saying? The fact people of color, when they come into this industry, and if they're very headstrong, they know what they want, they have a vision, and they're very, again, headstrong, and they know what they want, that intimidates some people. And in this case, some people, those white people that was running the show back in the day, and they just kind of like, yo, get him up out of here. Oh, he's an asshole.
Wait, so has anybody else said anything about Bruce Lee, how he acts?
I don't know about you, RB. I've never heard anything about Bruce Lee to this effect. So, QT, he know a lot of people in Hollywood. He probably went to go talking, but you got to consider the source.
Yeah, true.
Who are your sources?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I don't know. I never heard that stuff about Bruce. I always heard he was a good guy, but anyway, and then somebody else commented on our Bernie Mac, when I posted the clip from Bernie Mac and House Party 3, said it may or not be as good as the original. I honestly haven't seen any of them in over 20 years, but this scene makes up for it. So the Bernie Mac
stole the show.
That really made it, the funniest part. And then Unhealthy Vegan, Unhealthy Vegan commented on our last full episode. She hates me The sperm cell scene honestly had me laughing every time I've seen it. Anthony Mackie's best acting performance I've ever seen. Them faces and a bunch of laughing emojis.
Listen, that says a lot about Anthony Mackie when your best performance is playing some sperm.
That is hilarious.
And last but not least, Arlen Paris, I guess, or Arlen Paris said, according to me, Ricochet is Denzel's best movie.
Oh, very underrated. Very underrated. Now, his best movie, I don't know. Come on, Malcolm X exists. But Ricochet is very underrated. I love Ricochet.
Yeah.
I do love Ricochet.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So again, if people are watching on YouTube, be sure to comment. Comments help a lot.
Subscribe too.
Subscribe. You know what I mean?
Now.
First cut. Dang, I didn't have the sign on the whole time. Dang, bro.
Dang, we just hey,
it's all good.
Listen,
though,
we just got to pod. We got to it.
We're going straight to it. We're going straight to it.
But this is episode 24. It's me. You know where to catch me, MrMarinKnows. MrMarinKnows. You catch me there on Twitter, Instagram, also Real Talk Film Society, REEL Talk Film Society on Instagram. RB, let them know where they can find you.
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Director RB3, and you can follow us at First Cut TMO on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.
Absolutely. Yeah. Now, last but not least, Aloe, let them know where they can find you.
You can find me on all social media platforms ALOEADVNTRS. That's at Aloe Adventures, abbreviated, on Twitter, Instagram, and you go to my website, aloeadventures.com. Oh. Pick up a comic book. You'll be soon seeing my show. But yeah,
all right.
It's been a pleasure being here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming through. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's episode 24, man. So we see you when we see you. Peace.
Coming soon to a theater near you.